Hey guys, it's Brandon, Breath of Fire. Thank you for stopping by the channel today. You're definitely in for a treat, especially if you're like me and you are a fan of XRP. Because we're going to be talking about XRP today. We're going to be talking about what to look for here in the near future regarding possible XRP settlement. And of course, the price skyrocketing, all that good stuff. What is God saying about that? Is he confirming it? We need to know all that kind of stuff, right? So we're going to be taking a look at that today. And guys, before we jump in, I just want to say a quick thank you for you guys. I know a lot of you have been praying for me and for my family. I definitely asked y'all to pray when I had that root canal. True story. Went in to get the root canal. They told me I didn't have to get it done. They wanted me to wear a mouth guard for a few weeks and see if we could bypass having to have the root canal. So guys, thank you for your prayers. Also asked for prayers when we went to vacation. It was supposed to rain all week. It was cloudy, but it never rained. And so it was nice and cool. It was beautiful. Just awesome. And guys, definitely keep me prayed up. Even as I've been doing this video, I've had to start and stop this video like 5, 6, 7 times now because my throat is very irritated. So I've got some stuff going on nasal. I'm just trying to get rid of all that junk. So definitely keep me in prayer this week that I get back to feeling 100%. But guys, that said, I hope you're ready. Like I'm ready. This word fires me up just thinking about it. Really, really awesome. And again, it has to do with XRP. So when we think back, guys, to last week, we talked about SHIB as a well of wealth, WELL, and that it was, the apparatus that was used to collect the water, which was the true treasure, right? That's what those communities back then had to have. It was life, it was provision, it was everything, was that water. And so SHIB is just a well of wealth. It's a source that God has given us to access wealth. And I believe that, as I mentioned in last week's video, that XRP is also a well. And XRP was kind of shadowed and referred to last week when we mentioned the well ESIC. And that well, that name ESIC means contention. And it's a very heated kind of warfare contention. It's very, very hot. And a lot of times it's used to refer to lawsuits because of how much contention there is in lawsuits. So that well definitely was a tie-in to XRP, and it also was a well that was accessing a running spring water. So top of the line well, that running liquidity, yeah, that's XRP, guys. On-demand liquidity. That's their product, and that's what's going to change the game. But thinking back to last week, thinking about that well, thinking about SHIB being a well. Now, SHIB was a well, but SHIB's name means oath, and it had to do with a settlement and a covenant that had taken place there in Beersheba. And so thinking back to that, thinking about settlement, all that stuff is kind of going through my head. And then this week, guys, the founder and creator of Cardano, he came out and said that he had heard that we could have a possible Ripple settlement taking place this week, this Thursday, December the 15th. So literally all over like the internet right now, guys, literally everybody's talking about December 15th as a possible settlement date for XRP. Now, if that happens, that would be awesome. I ain't mad at it, right? Personally, I'd like it to last a little bit longer so I can keep packing my bags. That's exactly what I want to do. But guys, possibly December 15th. And that number 15 is important. We keep hearing that number 15 a lot on this channel. And it's a number that really has to do a lot with rest, entering into God's rest. And so just be mindful of that number 15. You're going to hear about it again later today. But the number 15, December 15th. And then also, guys, all these haters have been just coming out of the woodworks lately with XRP. And people like Jim Cramer, I mean, seriously, Jim, just go find a hole and crawl into it, buddy. Like, seriously. Yeah, all these people that are out there spewing all this FUD, this fear, uncertainty, doubt, and trying to get people to sell. I mean, I think Cramer even said, he said it's never too late to sell. He's talking about his crypto, saying that, it's just a train wreck. It's a disaster. Look what's going on with FTX. It's just unregulated. It's chaos. And guys, all it is fear, uncertainty, doubt. And lots of haters have been coming out here in the last week or so regarding Ripple and really hating on Ripple. And I believe that's to put the fear and the uncertainty doubt into the hearts of us, the investors, right? And so that we're limited with what we keep, what we buy, what we sell, all this stuff, right? They want us to not have as much as we want to have. And they're trying to use every technique they can think of. So that's going down this week. We've had a lot of haters. We've had a possible December 15th date given. As far as I understand with the lawsuit, everything has been done. Everything has been given. It's all in the judge's hand at this point. And we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. So wanted to talk about XRP in regards to the settlement. Thinking about settlement, thinking about all the news, and what I started to think about the other week, guys, was my dream, the XRP Dream. Now, for those that you have seen my video on the XRP Dream, you'll remember this. But if you haven't, I'll put a link to the description below. Got to go watch that XRP video. And in that video, I talked about me getting into a car that was on the beach and this massive like flood water coming up behind me, and it was real like just chaotic, like being caught in a tsunami. And all of a sudden, things began to kind of get quiet and get still. And I crawled out of the car, got on top of the car, and I could see this golden sea as far as I could look. I mean, just everywhere. And there was a slight ripple on top of the water, but there were no waves. There was no visible current. There was no water like, big rapids or waves or anything crazy. It was just perfectly still. And so I was thinking about that and realizing that, hey, a settlement happened here. The rushing chaotic water and all that was going on outside the car, it was chaos, but it settled. So there was a settling in the waters that took place. I want you to get that. There was a settling in the waters that took place. Very much like the wells of SHIB, right? The water, there was a settling that took place regarding that water and that well. In my dream, there was a settling that took place with that big flood that turned into the Golden Sea. And so a lot of us on YouTube have been asking, Lord, what is it that really is going to trigger the wealth transfer? And I believe it has a lot to do with this settlement, guys. You'll remember a couple weeks back that I did a video talking about exposure, and was talking about an exposure would have to take place before the settlement. And we talked about the flapper inside the toilet and all that. If you have not seen the exposure video, guys, you have to go watch that video for real. I'll put a description for that down in the link below, the link in the description below for that as well. But in that, I started talking about exposure, and I was talking about the flapper. Now, that flapper, I said, could definitely be Gary Gensler, right? Could definitely be Gary Gensler. But I also talked about how flapping, I think about birds, right? Flapping. Well, if you look at the news right now, there's a little bluebird that's been doing a lot of flapping and getting a lot of attention this last couple of weeks, of course, and that's Twitter. And there's been a lot of exposure that's been taking place on Twitter regarding different things. And I'm not going to talk about that on this channel, but you know what's up, right? And so maybe that has to do with what's going on right now too before the settlement. All that would line up in this time frame as well. Just some interesting stuff to kind of point out. But in that video and in that word that the Lord had given, he was saying that the settlement would take place. I mean, the exposure would take place, and then there would be a settlement. And that would be God's royal flush, his hand that he played that nobody could stop. And so I was thinking back to my dream here in the car. Now I'm looking at it with different eyes, and I'm seeing, hey, there's a settlement that takes place here with the water. There's a settlement that takes place in the waters. And so the other night I was thinking about that, and I was so pumped up, I could not get to sleep, right? Just could not get to sleep. So I decided to go to the living room, sit on the couch, and beside the couch there's a nightstand, and I keep my Bible there on that nightstand. And so I was like, Lord, I really wish that you would just give me a word of confirmation regarding this settlement being, what we're looking for, and that this being a precursor to, the wealth transfer taking place and this explosion in price with XRP, all that kind of stuff, right? And so I'm praying, I'm asking God for that. And the way I do my Bible, let me just go ahead and pull my Bible out right quick, guys. So here's my Bible. And the way I read a lot of times is I will simply just take my Bible and kind of thumb through it. And when I feel the Lord kind of prompts me to stop, I'll stop. And then I'll open the Bible up. And that's how I begin to start reading the Bible. A lot of times I do it that way. So this night, 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm sitting down, I go to the couch, I sit down, I haven't even turned the light on. I grab the Bible, I flip it open just like this right here, guys. And I look to see, where I'm at. Once I turn the light on, I look to see where I'm at. And God took me to this passage right here, guys. This is Psalm 107, and it's entitled, God Rescues Us. God rescues us. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Let me read about God rescuing us. He's taking me here. But there's also something else that I find very interesting. You'll see that there is like markings and stuff here on this passage. And so I obviously at some point in the past, I had marked this passage, Psalm 107. And what I had marked was written off over here on the sides, and it says that the storm and the calm of the storm come from God. So that's what I had written in my notes here. Who knows when? And that's something I want to bring to your attention too as well. This book, this Bible, guys, was given to me for my birthday by my wife in 2007. Okay, that means that this Bible is 15 years old. 15 years old, guys. What number have we been talking about? 15. So, this Bible's 15 years old. This Bible could have been any Bible in the world, right? But it's this particular Bible, and I want to read to you Psalm 107, and we're going to look at verses 21 through 31. And we're just going to take a look at these verses here and just see what it says. Remember, this is the passage that God gave me concerning a settlement, a business settlement, right, regarding XRP and everything taking place in the waters. All right. So, verse 21 says, "Let them praise the Lord for his great love and for the wonderful things he has done for them. Let them offer sacrifices of thanksgiving and sing joyfully about his glorious acts." All right, so here we're seeing these two verses here about thanksgiving and praise. Now, we just came through a season of Thanksgiving, all right? Very interesting. Then verse 23, some went off to sea. Now, this is talking about the redeemed, guys. This whole passage is talking about the redeemed of the Lord. That's us. Verse 23, some went off to sea in ships, plying the trade routes of the world. And they too observed the Lord's power in action, his impressive works on the deepest seas. So we're seeing that the saints, the redeemed, right, the called out and the called in, they are on this great sea in ships. Now, if you remember Prophet Sharon's dream, XRP was symbolized by a ship in that dream. It's just interesting. And the sea pretty much has always meant, the e-commerce of the world, right? The economic systems of the world, including this crypto scene that we're in, all that kind of stuff, the monetary scene. And it says that the saints here, right, they're observing the Lord's power in action. So they're seeing God begin to do some different things, making impressive works throughout the sea, throughout the realm of finances. Then verse 25, it says, he spoke and the winds arose, stirring up the waves. Okay, so his voice is what started the storm. Verse 26, their ships were tossed to the heavens and plunged again to the depths. The sailors cringed in terror. So now we're seeing this up and down movement, this up and down movement. What does that remind you of? Well, to me, it reminds me of charts, right? If you're looking at candlestick charts for cryptos or stocks or whatever, that has the candlestick, right, that goes up and down, up and down. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people who are scared right now because one day they have money in their investment accounts, the next day it's gone, right? Like it's just up and down, up and down. Verse 27, they reeled and staggered like drunkards and were at their wits' end. Is anybody else at their wits' end? Is everybody else, just hunky dory, or is it just me? Like seriously, like let's get beyond this. We need to get this thing started, right? So then we see verse 29. Verse 29 says, he calmed the storm to a whisper and stilled the waves. He calmed the storm to a whisper and stilled the waves. In other words, he settled the storm. He calmed the storm to a whisper and stilled the waves. Think about my dream. The water, the turbulence, the waves, it was chaos, and he stilled it. He calmed it. There was a settling of the water. There was a settlement that took place in the water. Here in this verse 29, he calmed the storm to a whisper and stilled the waves. He brought settlement to the water. Verse 30, what a blessing was that stillness as he brought them safely to harbor. Wow. What a blessing was that stillness. What a blessing was the settlement. What a blessing was that settlement. And he brought them safely into harbor. Guys, you're not going to miss out on nothing. If you're with God, if you're on God's team, seriously, he's got your back, boo. Seriously, bringing them safely into harbor. And even in Prophet Share's dream, again, the 1% us were represented by that boat. And they were brought into a little harbor. I find that interesting. But what a blessing was that stillness. What a blessing was the settlement. You can't make this up. Then verse 31, guys. Let them praise the Lord for his great love and for the wonderful things he has done for them. I don't know about you, but a wealth transfer is definitely a showing, a display of God's great love and a wonderful thing that he has done for us. Seriously, I mean, this passage, guys, is unreal. This is Psalms 107, and we're reading from verses 21 through 31. Total confirmation in God's word about a settlement that had to deal with water settling, which is what he'd given me in my dream, that I was asking him for a word about, a confirmation word. And in a Bible that my wife had given me 15 years ago, that number is significant, from my dream, my XRP dream with the waters. All that stuff, guys, seriously, you can't make this stuff up. And then, guys, then God hits me like I can't even take it. It's so good, guys. God then asked me, he said, what page are you on? He said, I want you to look at the page that this confirmation is on. Now, not this page here where it starts 107, but this page over here, guys, where I had marked everything and that the passage I just read to you comes from. This page right here. And God wanted me to show you what page this is. That's right, guys. It's 777. Jackpot, baby. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? You can't make this stuff up, guys. God just dropped the jackpot, the 777, on the XRP word confirmation about settlement. Guys, ladies, children, young and old, listen, all ye, listen. We have got to be watching and focusing on this XRP settlement. It is the key to everything, guys. And God has confirmed it in a big, big way in his word, through dreams, stuff that's taking place over years now. in a Bible that's 15 years old. Guys, this could have been any Bible that my wife gave me, but she gave me this one. And I happened to turn it to this page. And this page happened to be marked by me at some point in time. And the page just happened to be 777. You can't make the stuff up. There's no way I could have orchestrated this over 15 years. Seriously, guys, seriously. Oh, man. God is so good. He's so amazing. It's mind-boggling how much in the details he is. Guys, again, XRP possible settlement date, 12/15 this week, Thursday, the 15th of December. Is it going to happen? I don't know. But I'm watching. I'm definitely going to be watching this week to see what happens. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not worried about it. God has given multiple confirmations. And whatever he says is what's going to happen, right? Whatever he says is what's going to happen. And so he is confirming again and again what he has spoken. And guys, it's just an exciting time. We got a lot of things coming up as we head into 2023, right? New things that we want to do in 2023, new business ideas, new ventures, new things, new trips with our family, things that we want to do that we have not done for the Lord. Just all kinds of cool stuff that we have up here waiting for 2023 to hit. I believe 2023 is going to be massive. I believe we're going to have our settlement. We're going to have things moving forward. Wealth is coming. Prosperity is coming. The Lord is expanding our territory, our reach. It's going to be massive. Now, before we get to 2023, we still got a few weeks here in 2022. And with that said, next week I'm going to be dropping, guys, my Christmas giveaway. I can't go through Christmas and not do a giveaway. Like, come on, seriously? Like, got to do it. I know we just had one, but hey, we're doing it again, right? It's Christmas, right? We're going to celebrate the King. And so we're going to do a giveaway in the spirit of giving, the spirit of generosity. And so I'm looking forward to that. I will drop the details on that giveaway next week as we head on into Christmas. But guys, I hope this word has blessed you. It's been simmering, in here for just a little bit. And every time I think about it, it's exciting. It just is. It's just very exciting how God could use something like that with that Bible, the page numbers, 15 years span, using dreams. I mean, just, guys, 2 a.m. in the morning? Seriously. God is somebody. Whoo! All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in this week. And I will see you next week as we drop the giveaway video. God bless you.